Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Another beautiful morning here in Western Kentucky.
Yes.
Today, disciples prepare for the Passover, a three-part parallel. I think we'll get through it today. Starting off in Matthew chapter 26, starting at verse 17. On the first day of the festival of unleavened bread, the disciples came to Jesus and asked, "Where do you want us to prepare the Passover meal for you?" "As you go into the city," he told them, "you will see a certain man. Tell him, the teacher says, my time has come, and I will eat the Passover meal with my disciples at your house." So the disciples did as Jesus told them and prepared the Passover meal there. From there we go to Mark chapter 14, starting at verse 12. On the first day of the festival of unleavened bread, when the Passover lamb is sacrificed, Jesus' disciples asked him, "Where do you want us to go to prepare the Passover meal for you?" So Jesus sent two of them into Jerusalem with these instructions: "As you go into the city, a man carrying a pitcher of water will meet you. Follow him. At the house he enters, say to the owner, 'The teacher asked, where is the guest room where I can eat the Passover meal with my disciples?' He will take you upstairs to a large room that is already set up. That is where you should prepare our meal." So the two disciples went into the city and found everything just as Jesus had said, and they prepared the Passover meal there. From there we go to Luke chapter 22, starting at verse 7. Now the festival of unleavened bread arrived when the Passover lamb is sacrificed. Jesus sent Peter and John ahead and said, Go and prepare the Passover meal where we can eat it together." Where do you want us to prepare it?" they asked him. He said, "As soon as you enter Jerusalem, a man carrying a pitcher of water will meet you. Follow him. At the house he enters, say to the owner, 'The teacher asked, where is the guest room where I can eat the Passover meal with my disciples?' He will take you upstairs to a large room that is already set up. And that is where you should prepare our meal." They went off to the city and found everything just as Jesus had said, and they prepared the Passover meal there. Now the commentary from Matthew. The Passover took place on one night and at one meal, but the festival of unleavened bread, which was celebrated with it, continued for a week. The people removed all yeast from their homes in commemoration of their ancestors' exodus from Egypt, when they did not have time to let the bread dough rise. Thousands of people poured into Jerusalem from all over the Roman Empire for this festival. We can look at Mark chapter 14, verse 1, and Exodus chapter 12 for more information on that. From there, this is the commentary from Mark. The two men Jesus sent were Peter and John, and we find that in the next part in Luke 22, verse 8. Many homes had large upstairs rooms, some with stairways both inside and outside the house. The preparation for the Passover would have included setting the table and buying and preparing the Passover lamb, unleavened bread, sauces, and other ceremonial food and drink. From there we'll go to Luke. The Passover meal included the sacrifice of a lamb because of the association with the Jews' exodus from Egypt. When the Jews were getting ready to leave, God told them to kill a lamb and paint its blood on the door frames of their houses. Then they were to prepare a meal for food. Peter and John had to buy and prepare the lamb as well as the unleavened bread, herbs, wine, and other ceremonial food. Ordinarily, women, not men, would go to the well and bring home the water. So this man with the water pitcher would have stood out in the crowd. Interesting fact right there.
Yeah, I'm glad that they brought it up because that's a key thing. Because you think about, well, how am I going to know which man with the water pitcher? Well, that's because men didn't carry water.
Yeah. I think it's also interesting to note that the room was already prepared.
Yeah.
They didn't have to do whatever that means. I don't know, but I'm just saying that. So they had, they didn't have to go through all the extra work.
Right.
So the way God prepares our walk with Him is, again, another proven thing right here where, sometimes And we don't even know that it happens, but
Yeah.
you know, sometimes things are just prepared for us before we even get there.
Right. Right. And you think, they had to step out in faith that it was going to happen because they were searching for a man carrying a water pitcher, which in that day didn't happen. So that's how are we going to find a man with a water,
Mm-hmm.
but they did it anyway. They went anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to have a room and everything that Jesus was telling them.
Mm-hmm.
They just left and just expected it to happen. And that's the way we're supposed to do in our walk with Christ.
That's
Is
true.
just, even though we don't understand it and it don't make a lick of sense, we're supposed to take that first step and go.
Yep.
And just show faith with him.
And again, I guess when we don't, I'm guilty of it as much as anybody.
I'm very guilty of it.
We don't truly believe or understand who God really is, the creator of this whole universe. Everything you see out there,
Mm-hmm.
he made in a week. And to think that he doesn't know what our walk paths are, that we're going to go here or there. And he foretold the end from the beginning, and he made it happen so that it would. So when he says go and get that feeling that I need to go and do this, you should probably just go and do it. And you wonder, well, what's going to happen? How am I going to, all these questions. It's already been prepared for you. He didn't just send you to go to make you do it. He's already done it, and he just wants you to get there.
Right. And for me, it's very humbling too. And what I think I struggle with is feeling insignificant in the grand scheme of things. If God has everything, he is the creator of the entire universe.
Yeah.
Yet he's going to spend time with little old me to prepare something for little old me, or and that it's humbling, But I think that's what I have, feeling of insignificance.
8 billion people on the world at the moment,
and he's concerned about me. How, and in my human mind, I can't fathom being important enough, but he is able to do everything for everybody because he is not confined within the human mind frame and human ability.
He can do infinitely more than we could ever think or imagine.
Right.
You just think 8 billion people on the world right now, and all these things, all these moving parts are moving all the time. And again, he foretold the end from the beginning, moving all these moving parts around all the time.
Right.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Truly is amazing.
We just need to step. When I say we, I mean I need to lose
lose your grip on.
Lose my grip on being insignificant.
Well, no, lose your grip on control.
Yeah, absolutely. But and lose my mindset that out of all these people, why should I matter? And just know that God loves us individually and as a whole. And if he tells you to do something and you feel like you need to do it, he's got it worked out.
Yeah, it's already been done.
So just take the step of faith forward and go for it.
All right. Well, I hope everybody has a glorious day, and we'll talk to you later.